Look, listen. We need to get this shit clear, man. We need to get this clear. When it all boils down, see, y'all need to just quit. If he's not bitter about it, he will most definitely not be bringing this shit up in 2021. It's 2021. It's 2021, right? There's no way, pardon me. There's no way he's supposed to be bringing this shit up now. Now, everybody knows with this little thing back in the days, is supposedly, New York started hip hop. So when it all boils down, they try to say that we try to blackball people and we ousted people. Don't understand that shit at all. When we had artists from New York and the South together, right? Shout outs to Jay Prince. It makes no sense. I remember as a child growing up listening to more hip hop from down south than up north. And that's me as a kid. So when T.I. say these things, oh, tell Fat Joe, like, that's you. That's your experience. That's, Fat Joe telling him, like, bro, we listen to you. I listen to you. I have Scarface in my projects. He's saying to Fat Joe that that's your experience. And that's what Fat Joe is supposed to shoot back at him. That's your experience. Whatever y'all experience coming to New York and whatever y'all had, and that's with them people. That's with that area within New York. You can't generalize the whole New York when it's a whole different platform. Like a platform, it's a whole different, landscaping from Queens to Brooklyn to Staten Island. So they just generalize everything, and that's what I get pissed off at, is because people don't understand. Like, we fuck with the South. Most of the music that come from the South, that come from the North, that started out in the North, the South got it, took it, ran with it, and made their own thing. You feel what I'm saying? And then they have the nerves to say that we copying them. That say New York people are copying them now. That's not copying. That's showing gratitude on top of it. Same thing with, oh, you copying off of Pac. Jay-Z that's not copying. It's showing gratitude, tilting your hat. You should feel good that a person, want to replicate your work, your genre. So when they get into that pisses me off. Oh, they copying. How can you copy something that you started? It's in a different formula right now, but you started it. And these people come and change it and manipulate it, change it around. Now they say, oh, you copycat. Dude, that's so offensive. That is so disrespectful, and you're like so offensive. Like, do y'all not see what the fuck y'all doing? Stop it. All that north, south shit, it ain't no difference. It's East Coast. It's plain and simple. It's East Coast. So I'm gonna let y'all listen to a couple of things with T.I. say, and I wish I could talk to T.I. personally, for real. If I felt like he was one of the individuals that answer his DM or whatever, like I want to get at him and let him know, like, you brainwashing a lot of individuals, a lot of youth that's coming up that didn't know nothing about that. And it's like you trying to teach, the youth that's coming up and people that didn't know that, oh, New York was blackballing us. We had to look at us now, we popping. And he tried to say in this clip that he's not bitter. How are you not bitter and you still talking about this situation years later? You're in the game, you're a millionaire, you got the game, and you still talking about it. Nobody else's nobody in the game. I'm an artist from New York, I don't want to oust a artist from down south. That makes no sense. Glow, what up? That makes no sense to me, right? When New Yorkers, we welcome our arms to everybody. How can they say we want to oust them in a rap game and from the beginning if we're the ones in New York that open our arms to everybody, whether you're Chinese, Russian, no matter where you're from? We open our arms. This is how we are so juiced up and so sauced up. We know so much from different cultures, eating different foods, listening to different lingo. This is why New York is so sauced up. But they try to oust us and try to make us look like we're the bad guys and don't want nobody to get in a rap game from the beginning. That is not true. That is not fucking true at all. That makes no sense. Everybody knows New Yorkers is the most welcoming, the most open arms. Now, if you go in New York and you have an individual that that's disrespectful and rambunctious, that's him. That's that person. You could walk right down the block and the person's going to tilt their hat. They're going to take their coat off and let you walk through the puddle on their coat. You want to have a different person. So when they generalize New York all in one and try to say, oh, this is how New York is and y'all crazy and y'all loud, and it's annoying, bro. Stop that. It's old now. It's real old. It's 2021. Stop saying that every New Yorker, yo, what's up, son? Yo, what's poppin', son? Yo, word to my mother, B. It's annoying. We don't do that. Hey, yo, whoa, hey, say, whoa, hey, whoa, hey, I'm on my mama, bro. We don't tease y'all, right? So we need to stop that shit from now, man. Let's listen to what T.I. got to say.
He said that it's not so much New York, it's the backpack rappers. He was like, yo, the backpack rappers, them hated right? Jay-Z. Them hated, they hated goddamn Biggie. The backpack rappers hated anybody who was from the streets getting money. And he said that was goddamn going at it.
Exactly.
The South ain't this and the South.
Exactly. It's the people that's in the game, right? That has control, record labels, execs. They're the ones that's saying, hey, we don't want this in, or whatever the case may be. That's not us. We have no control over that. We have no control over that. So when they say that stupid shit, it gets under my skin and it drives me wild. I be wanting to get it out to the world, like let the world know, like they're lying. Whatever they're talking about is just their basic experience with New York, and that's it. That's it. That's it. Whatever industry, you know, if this is the case, where's all the rappers from down south that don't feel the same way? That came to New York and made their way? Why they ain't saying nothing? Because they know better. They know better, man. We don't oust people. It's them record labels and whatever y'all was going through, and you know, when it comes to radio, and we don't have no control over that. If it was left up to the people, the culture that he's blaming it on, if it was left up to the culture of New York, we would have South music all the time. You think we had control over it when they took away the reggae from Hot 97? It was Hot 97, hip hop, R&B, and reggae, right? We didn't feel no type of way when they took the reggae away. Nobody says nothing. Nobody said nothing. We don't oust people. We want people to pull up. What you got going on? Y'all got, oh shit, you Jamaican? Yo, pull up. Oh man, what you Russian? Pull up. Oh, you Chinese? Pull up. We don't give a fuck. Oust? So why would we want to oust the music? Why would we want to oust something that we can build off of and keep on going? That makes no sense, man. It's the fucking industry, man. It's the industry that ousted y'all. Stop saying New York.
It wasn't a real street. I was like, well, I kind of have to disagree, because I know, listen, bro, I done been in rooms, in studios, where when nobody, it was just a bunch of New York. I was the only from the South in the room. And because me so much and I do so much, they kind of forgot I was in the room. You dig what I'm saying? And I hear her talking about, man, you know, damn it. Everybody got them telling about that. Yeah.
You talking about bitter guys.
You know what I mean? All that mumble rap. And I was like, yeah. You know what I mean? So, but the thing is, Bust House, it went from up criticizing
listen,
to copying.
How do New Yorkers like me feel about this? How do the New Yorkers like me that don't know what he talking about, that didn't try to oust, like, you making people hate you. You losing traction. See, y'all, you tripping out here. You making people hate you. You got a fucking shitload of New Yorkers that rock with the South heavy. And that's the majority of New York. And it's been like that from the time. Just because it wasn't on the radio for us to hear it. Anytime we heard on anything from the South, from the West Coast, anything, we was on that shit. And they need to understand that it wasn't our fault. They had to go and make a name for themselves in their state. So if it was Indianapolis, you got to make a name for yourself over here to be able to get play over here. If that shit ain't popping, ain't nothing, them DJs ain't playing it. But don't say New York, oh, New York. That's them personnel. Those are 9-to-5ers. Those are workers. Those are people that go to work and clock in at Hot 97. We can't do nothing about that shit. You can't generalize it and say, oh, that's the culture. That's the culture. Nah, you tripping, boy.
Let me tell you something. I can't.
It's a sense of entitlement.
Nah, man. We have to earn everything, T.I., man. We have to earn everything.
Saying we entitled. So if we was entitled, I wouldn't be going through what I'm going through.
You think if you come from New York City and you have a career as a rapper that you pushing them, you think you got the same journey as coming out of Birmingham, Alabama?
Oh, no, you ain't got the same journey as somebody in Birmingham.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You ain't got the same. He got a lot further to go. He got to make it to New York.
You go to Birmingham and you pop up. You can bring me to Great Street and you start working.
Yeah, they left.
We created that like that to y'all was
See what
y'all
I'm
were
driving?
the Outcast
I got you.
bro.
Not true, bro.
I wasn't respecting Outkast,
I'm not talking
but a
about
lot of
you
people
personally.
did.
I'm talking about spins. I'm talking about
See,
radio
he talking
play.
about spins, radio play. We ain't got nothing to do with that. Just because Angie Martinez is from New York and she don't have control over that. It's a certain playlist that the radio has to abide by.
Never seen a man cry till I seen a man die.
Unless you have the like overnight shift, if you like got the overnight shift and you like on the radio at 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, shit like that, DJ not Flex, fucking K Slay, DJ K Slay or something, like when you got those, then okay, you can play pretty much what you want to play. But if you got them slots in the daytime where kids is listening to the radio and shit, it's a certain playlist that they have to play. This is what people don't understand. It don't go by what song is popular with. It's go by playlist, a set playlist that were counted in by Billboard's 100, top 100, right? And they go from there. Whatever songs was in top Billboard 1, that's what goes in a monthly rotation for that radio station. They have no control over it. They can't pick, oh, I'm going to play this next, I want to play that. No, they don't. You see what I'm saying? So they keep on blaming us when we have nothing to do with the radio station. So if the radio station didn't play our record, it's because it was trash. It was a personal opinion on Angie Martinez, whoever the fuck was in the radio station at the time. It's on them people. Don't generalize it and say New York. I'm going to keep on saying that. Stop generalizing shit. New York is very different. You can walk up the block. I'm in Brownsville. I could walk up the block and be in East New York. I can walk to the left and be in Bed-Stuy. I could walk back to the other side and be in Bushwick or Canarsie. It's a whole different fucking terrain. Like, people need to understand that. Don't come to New York and, come to Poughkeepsie and be like, oh, this shit's soft. This shit's sweet out here. New York is pussy. You're going to get killed because you're going to go to another part and you're going to get killed. Don't go on a train station in New York and be like, oh, man, a bunch of thieves in New York. That's all New York is, a bunch of thieves because somebody pickpocket you. Don't ride on a fucking train and have a wallet that's accessible to a thief, right? Don't generalize New York. Keep the fucking New York in the fucking commonplace, man. Please.
Burning up the charts and radio everywhere else in the world. I went to New York for the summer, was not playing. Why? Why we going? I'm saying, never seen a man cry till I see them.
We play. I can't justify. Listen, bro. I brought Scarface to my projects many a times. He'll tell you.
You speaking as an individual. I'm talking about the
and not just the city.
Culture.
Exactly.
Bro, we've been banging.
Exactly.
New York City has been banging Atlanta music for so long.
For so long.
Man,
when I was a kid, Outkast was on my radio when I was a kid.
Absolutely.
Outkast was on my radio when I was a kid. So what is he talking about? Oh, he's talking about before that. Yes, he's most definitely probably talking about before that. Maybe when I was a toddler. Maybe when I wasn't even born, right? They had to kick the doors down. We all know that, yeah. But it's the format. It's the formula. If we started hip-hop, right? It started right here in New York. And this is something new. How the fuck do people expect for them to just I'm in Indianapolis and I'm making music now. Yeah, come listen to me. Make your own shit. We made our own shit. Make your own shit. Make your own radio stations or whatever. But the problem is they know that we are the top when it comes to economy, tourism, attraction, things of that nature. We the top. So that's the thing. That's what we have. That's what they're not explaining when he's saying that we're pacified and we entitled, is because we're from a land that's rich within itself. New York is rich within. You could walk down the block and see 100 people within 2 seconds. And get a good 50 mixtapes off. Not too many places, and the terrain is different. I get it, but don't blame us for that. You can't blame me for being from Brooklyn. And sometimes it's some pros and cons. It's some things where I feel like it's too much. You got buildings on top of buildings on top of buildings, and you can't even fucking go to the next building because you associated with the next building. So it got its pros and cons. It got its pros and cons, man. Don't just like we're not entitled, man. Motherfuckers, just because you from New York doesn't mean you got the red carpet rolled out for you. That's a bunch of bullshit.
Every myth that you thought you knew about what constitutes a healthy diet.
I'm not going for that.
We made it that way.
I'm not gonna argue with you. I mean, you Atlanta earned that. They put out great music. Y'all stood together. New York artists always want to fight with each other to see who's bigger, who's this. The minute somebody get hot, they want to fight with each other. You guys stick together.
They all lumping it
And
all
that's a
together.
beautiful thing.
That's a fact. I'm about to
That's
keep
a
on going.
beautiful
I'm
thing.
about to go on Facebook.
Not everybody.
I'm going. Anybody tuning in, I appreciate y'all for pulling up.